Hello, Mama.
Hello, you look beautiful
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me on. As do you. I love my self jacket. I'm so excited for mine.
Thanks.
Yes. Yes. All right. So I reflect a lot with Kelly and to have ADHD and this wonderful gift of gab. So I'm going to read it. It's right behind here of the screen. And then as well as practice not reading it. So here we go. My story is pretty fun, pretty wild. Before the little volcano, I was really numb and in a constant state of shock and trauma, literally holding my breath. I was so grief-stricken and scared, with little to no self-respect and a master's in self-sabotage, absolutely clueless on what to do next, totally consumed in despair. I had gone to college and gotten a degree, accrued lots of debt. I had married and divorced. I had had babies, great jobs, and potentially huge careers, was an advocate and total crusader in my daughter's health journey and care and special needs, participating in research with major children's hospitals in Hawaii and California, which did save her life, all while maintaining full custody of my baby boy. I sat on a board of Cooperative Metaphysics Healing Hub in a storefront in California, studied at a Healing Institute of Healing Arts and Sciences, was initiated into transcendental meditation, and according to my ego, knew everything I needed to know and was too dramatic every time I talked about my feelings, so I rarely did. I had been to therapy all my life and put in the work regarding my own childhood and healing, so I thought, and needed no more support, and was a victim of circumstances with two baby daddies and two really dysfunctional parents to blame. I had just relocated us back to our Idaho home, where my childhood home was available for little to no cost financially. This was literally the last place on earth I ever wanted to call home again, but I was spent. My resources totally exhausted, research treatment had plateaued, and as usual, had very limited availability to work being a single mother of two and having my daughter in the condition she was in regarding her health and her sparkly seizuring brain. The struggle had become so very real. The combination of all that and the housing in California being no joke, the constant guilt for being away from their fathers, and my daughter unfortunately still suffering in certain ways with her health, I had devastatingly packed this up, tucked my tail, and come back to Idaho. I was so disappointed in myself, felt completely alone, like I had failed myself, my children, their fathers. I had missed my friends and supportive tribe and community of people and lifestyle in California where we had made for ourselves. And depressingly, had lost all hope in the healing for my daughter and heartbreakingly began accepting a life of settling for less and giving up on who I was and wanted. I was so emotionally numb, I'd officially become totally unavailable. Getting myself in awkward situationships with men and women to find my worth and sexual satisfaction, wearing the uniform of codependency, shouting the well-known cheer, once he, she, or me is this, everything will be that, and everything's fine. I signed up for a GYST as Mother's Day gift to myself off of a Facebook ad. I told no one and went what I considered at the time all in. I knew immediately working with Little Volcano was meant for me, but the unhealed worthiness wound in my bank account didn't agree at the time. I manifested the perfect job for me, given my circumstances and the power of 8 to pay off some debt and save for the program. And within a few weeks, found and got that exact job, just like the power of 8 do. I worked that job from home, day in and day out, exhausting myself, sacrificing time with my children for my own healing, and just grinding every day. I applied what techniques I knew and had learned about money, especially from Kit the year in the GYST before. Looked at Rosie like, this bitch doing her 100-day journals and challenges and all the things she had going on. And I wanted to be that. I wanted to grasp control of my life instead of everything else around me. I did the GYST again 1 year later, filed my taxes, and within 1 week after saying out loud on the GYST coaching call, I'm doing BizCraft, the money is out there and it's mine, this is my time, I received a tax return for $9,000 from that job I'd been working so hard. I put a hefty deposit down on BizCraft and used the others to pay off my car and some debt, as well as remodeled the spare room in my home into a playroom, otherwise known as yoga, workout, dance room, spoiling myself in ways I never had before. Back when I was in BizCraft, Magma was during the week, and I struggled to the commitment of taking an entire week off. I had every excuse, the kids, my daughter's health, work, blah, blah, blah. I did it anyways, and thank God I did, because the group selected my daughter to be the miracle that we healed, for her to be happy, healthy, supported, and healed. Within the next 6 months, the company I was working for sold out, and I lost that perfect position in the job and was placed in a sales position where I actually excelled in many thanks to Kit Volcano's sexy sales course in biz. Yet I was miserable and once again stretched so thin in time and was unable to be everything at once. I had attended a group coaching call and watched someone get coached on wanting to quit their miserable job, and admitted out loud to my coach, I wish that would have been me on that call with Kit. My coach called me out on that and said, then why don't you just quit? So I did. I quit that job. About the same time, I bought a brand new 2019 Highlander, which was what I considered way out of my league of price range. I saw that my coaching style was impacting people's lives, and I knew I was meant for this and would have success. I did. I completed the BizCraft program, paid what I owed off through my success in coaching the GYST and TLV programs, and began taking myself and services very seriously. I found myself and realized my worth within personal development, working with my lead coach privately. I'd gained a worldwide tribe of the most magical beings and healers on the planet, and officially gone back to believing in anything is possible. I was expanding in understanding of myself spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. My daughter was then evaluated due to an upcoming birthday. They said she would most likely be receiving about 16 to 20 hours of support, but actually received 40. Due to my credentials and history and that wild pandemic we were in, I was offered the job as her caretaker for $1 more than they usually paid. It awakened something inside of me. We now spend our days relaxed in our ways, singing and dancing every chance we get. The BizCraft program obviously brought so much value into my life, both personally and professionally. Most importantly, though, it taught me communication skills around feelings that I didn't know existed, and my daughter Maddie very much enjoys when we use them. At a young age, she was placed on the spectrum with an autism diagnosis, not speaking until she was 4 years old, learning about herself and process and communicate how she feels has been interesting to navigate with her, to say the least. She learned to speak through singing along to songs together and reciting our favorite Disney movies. Today, Maddie loves to speak her truths and talk about things. She's so brave, and her feelings are one of her most favorite things to discuss. She has a dream to become a DJ, doctor, or a rock star from the stage. Since that Magma miracle, we have up-leveled her support in occupational, physical therapy, and speech, allowing ourselves to go beyond the diagnosis of what was causing the daily drop seizures or paralysis of the left side and uncontrollable shakes neurologically, and have begun not only providing her the proper support, but are now seeing her heal physically and communicate in many ways we never thought possible, and participating in testing and profound research out of Salt Lake City with and around the vagus nerve. Each of us living out our sparkly life, one day at a time, both with bright, beautiful visions of our future, grateful for each and every breath we take. I've been able to process and learning to move through trauma, allowing myself to let go of the victim mentality, surrender into surviving, and most recently, I'm seeking the self-empowerment and passion to begin thriving as a successful, sexy me. Working on not only the profound research for my daughter's healing and health, but also working on writing and publishing my books, a podcast, hosting and leading support groups, and last but definitely not least, I'm a paid magical as fuck mindset coach, being the earth angel messenger I was born to be, planning to dance around the world with the love of my life and watch my happy, healthy children live out their best life.
Wow, twinkle fingers. Yes. Yeah. Damn, Angel Face, thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. That was so powerful. So beautiful. We love you so much. I hope to see you in person sometime soon, whenever that may be. Love you. Hey, everybody.